when we are knitting Gnumpkin or Gnettle, depending on which variation you're knitting, there will come a point where you need to pick up stitches from here. And it is a little tricky, especially with Gnettle if you've used dark yarn. Obviously, Gnettle will start with a pointier tip. This is more of a stubby tip. But down here, the pickup is the same, although, as I said, it's a little trickier for Gnettle if you've got really dark yarn. So what we're looking for is we're looking for the gap between the reverse stockinette side of the inside here and then the garter here. And it does open up for us. There is a bit where when we tug, the reverse stockinette all stays the same, but that transition to the garter stitch changes, but we've also left a little trail for ourselves with contrasting yarn. So what we're going to do is I'm going to turn it so that the garter is towards me, and I can see roughly where this has gone. Let's find this again. Here we go. The tweedy bits are blending in together, but I can see that it's right here. We're sort of tracing. So I could follow this all the way around, picking up the right leg of the stitch. If I'm following how I've done the yarn, I will be picking up the right leg of the stitch. And then if I were then to knit into that, it won't get twisted. So that's good. If we were picking up the left leg, sometimes it gets twisted. But I really do prefer to pick up the part of the hat here that's still in the reverse stockinette. So we often refer to the bits of the reverse stockinette as having smiles. That's the downward facing side of it, and then caps, and that's the upward. So it sort of alternates, a cap and then a smile, and then a cap and then a smile. And so you can pick up either the caps or the smiles. I think I'm going to pick up the caps this time. So that would be this bit here, and then this bit here. And I'm just going along and looking for the cap marked right above the yarn. But as I said, you can run through the legs. You can also pick up through the smiles. Either one works for you. When you are picking up, I always go from top to bottom, because then when I go to knit, the stitches aren't twisted. If you've picked up from bottom to top, what'll happen is that first round could be quite tight unless you then knit them through the back loop. If you knit something twisted through the back loop, it should open it back up again. So that's something so that you don't have to go and manually untwist it again. You can do that by just knitting it through the back loop. Should open it up for you. So that's all I'm doing, is I'm just using this as a guideline. Unfortunately, contrasting yarn usually shows up really nicely on the stockinette side of fabric, but it really does want to hide away in reverse stockinette. So it's not as useful as we'd like for the inside of things, but it still does give us a little signpost here to be following along using the legs or the smiles or the caps. And it doesn't even matter too much if you alternate between the smiles and the caps. I mean, ideally it'll be a little closer to mostly one or the other, but as long as you get close to the right number of stitches on your needles, you can join the yarn afterwards and figure out how many stitches you would need to maybe increase or decrease, but you should be able to get pretty close just going along, distributing things, whether you're working on DPNs or circulars. This pickup, the process works the same in terms of where you put your tip and how you go about things. So I hope that you've got good lighting for this task, and if not, maybe set it aside, grab a really good lamp, or wait for the next day when there's some good strong sunlight. Just be kind to yourself as you're going around, don't be too judgy, and just have fun with this.